Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A large mass of land projecting into a body of water. The solid part of the Earth's surface. Material in the top layer of the surface of the Earth in which plants can grow, especially with reference to its quality or use. The land had never been plowed. The territory occupied by a nation. He returned to the land of his birth. A politically organized body of people under a single government. An industrialized land. United States inventor who incorporated Polaroid film into lenses and invented the one-step photographic process, 1909 to 1991. Extensive landed property, especially in the country, retained by the owner for his own use. The family owned a large estate on Long Island. Reach or come to rest. The bird landed on the highest branch. Bring into a different state. This may land you in jail. The people who live in a nation or country. Arrive on shore. The ship landed in Pearl Harbor. Cause to come to the ground. The pilot managed to land the airplane safely. Agriculture considered as an occupation or way of life. There's no work on the land anymore. The solid part of the Earth's surface. The plane turned away from the sea and moved back over land. Shoot at and force to come down. The enemy landed several of our aircraft. Territory over which rule or control is exercised. He made it the law of the land. A domain in which something is dominant. A land of make-believe. Bring ashore. The drug smugglers landed the heroin on the beach of the island. Deliver, a blow. He landed several blows on his opponent's head. The land on which real estate is located. He built the house on land leased from the city. The solid part of the Earth's surface. Material in the top layer of the surface of the Earth in which plants can grow, especially with reference to its quality or use. The part of a scene, or picture, that lies behind objects in the foreground. He posed her against a background of rolling hills. A rational motive for a belief or action. The grounds for their declaration. Hit or reach the ground. A relation that provides the foundation for something. Cover with a primer. Apply a primer to. A connection between an electrical device and a large conducting body, such as the Earth, which is taken to be at zero voltage. Fix firmly and stably. Use as a basis for, found on. Bring to the ground. The storm grounded the ship. The solid part of the Earth's surface. He dropped the logs on the ground. The loose soft material that makes up a large part of the land surface. The first or preliminary coat of paint or size applied to a surface. A position to be won or defended in battle, or as if in battle. They gained ground step by step. A relatively homogeneous percept extending back of the figure on which attention is focused. Art. The surface, as a wall or canvas, prepared to take the paint for a painting. Confine or restrict to the ground. After the accident, they grounded the plane and the pilot. Connect to a ground. Ground the electrical connections for safety reasons. Hit a ground ball. He grounded to the second baseman. Hit onto the ground. Instruct someone in the fundamentals of a subject. Place or put on the ground. Throw to the ground in order to stop play and avoid being tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The solid part of the Earth's surface. The third planet from the Sun, the planet we live on. A connection between an electrical device and a large conducting body, such as the Earth, which is taken to be at zero voltage. The concerns of this life is distinguished from heaven and the afterlife. The solid part of the Earth's surface. The Earth shook for several minutes. The loose soft material that makes up a large part of the land surface. They dug into the earth outside the church. Connect to the earth. Earth the circuit. Hide in the earth like a hunted animal. Once thought to be one of four elements composing the universe, Empedocles. The abode of mortals, as contrasted with heaven or hell. It was hell on earth. A mountainous peninsula on northwest Mexico. A large peninsula in southeastern Europe containing the Balkan mountain range. The major mountain range of Bulgaria and the Balkan Peninsula. A large peninsula in southeastern Europe containing the Balkan mountain range. The Balkan countries collectively. A Massachusetts peninsula to the north of Boston extending into the Atlantic Ocean. A Massachusetts peninsula to the south of Boston extending into the Atlantic, a popular resort area. A peninsula in Queensland in northeastern Australia between the Gulf of Carpentaria and the Coral Sea. Peninsula of northeastern Siberia across the Bering Strait from northwestern Alaska. A Ukrainian peninsula between the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. An Asian peninsula, off Manchuria, separating the Yellow Sea and the Sea of Japan. The Korean name is Daehanmin-guk or Hanguk. A peninsula of southern Australia. An Asian peninsula, off Manchuria, separating the Yellow Sea and the Sea of Japan. The Korean name is Daehanmin-guk or Hanguk. A peninsula of northeastern Africa, the easternmost part of Africa, comprising Somalia and Djibouti and Eritrea and parts of Ethiopia. A peninsula in southwestern Europe. An ancient geographical region to the south of the Caucasus Mountains that corresponded approximately to the present-day Georgia. A peninsula in southwestern Europe. A peninsula of southeastern Asia that includes Myanmar and Cambodia and Laos and Malaysia and Thailand and Vietnam. A peninsula of southeastern Asia that includes Myanmar and Cambodia and Laos and Malaysia and Thailand and Vietnam. A boot-shaped peninsula in southern Europe extending into the Mediterranean Sea. Peninsula in northern Europe that forms the continental part of Denmark and a northern part of Germany. An indecisive naval battle in World War I, 1916, fought between the British and German fleets off the northwestern coast of Denmark. Peninsula in northern Europe that forms the continental part of Denmark and a northern part of Germany. A peninsula in eastern Siberia, between Bering Sea and Sea of Okhotsk. An Arab country on the peninsula of Qatar. Achieved independence from the United Kingdom in 1971. The economy is dominated by oil. A peninsula extending northward from the Arabian mainland into the Persian Gulf. A peninsula extending northward from the Arabian mainland into the Persian Gulf. A peninsula in northwestern Russia projecting eastward between the Barents Sea and the White Sea. An Asian peninsula, off Manchuria, separating the Yellow Sea and the Sea of Japan. The Korean name is Daehanmin-guk or Hanguk.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.